own boss. I'm my own boss. One night. Got your hat.
Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul. Who will win? Boxing, one of the most noble sports mankind has ever seen, has seen some of the most memorable legends, such as Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Manny Pacquiao, Sugar Ray Robinson, Tyson Fury, and many more. But a few years ago, some famous YouTubers such as Logan Paul, Jake Paul, KSI, and a few more started training and calling each other out to have a fight in amateur boxing. We've seen matches between KSI and Joe Weller, KSI versus Logan Paul, Deji versus Jake Paul, and many more. But no one has crossed the line to trash talk professional fighters and call them out more than Logan Paul and his brother Jake. And since then, they become a pain in the ass for boxing and MMA communities. Now we even have Jake Paul calling out UFC fighter Conor McGregor, while Logan Paul is set to brawl against Floyd Mayweather Jr. on June 6th. So in today's video, we'll take a look at Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul. Who will win? So hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. And let's get ready to rumble. First, we will look at Floyd Mayweather, American boxer whose combination of speed, power, and technical prowess made him one of the best pound-for-pound fighters of all time. He is currently undefeated with a 50-0 record. He's also a 5-division world champion, having won 10 world titles and the lineal championship in 4 different weight classes. He fought the best boxing legends such as Manny Pacquiao, Oscar de la Hoya, Shane Mosley, and many more. Mayweather's father and uncle both taught him excellent defensive skills, particularly the shoulder roll, which the boxer would use throughout his amateur and professional careers. He's well known for his defense that eventually gave him the nickname Pretty Boy, due to it being one of the main reasons he is undefeated. His opponent is none other than big YouTube star Logan Paul, internet personality, actor, podcaster, and quasi-professional boxer. Logan Paul made his professional debut in November 2019 against KSI. And before anyone says, well, he fought KSI before in the UK. Yes, that's true, but that was amateur boxing with head protection. His professional boxing match took place in LA, United States, where Logan lost by split decision in the 6th round. As far as physical characteristics are concerned, Logan Paul can provide tough competition to Floyd Mayweather. The YouTuber weighs around 200 pounds and, as per BoxRec, fights out of the cruiserweight division. Logan Paul is 6'2" with a reach of 76 inches. Floyd Mayweather has been a natural welterweight throughout his life and weighs in at around 150 pounds. He's 5'8" tall with a reach of 72 inches. So Logan Paul can use his physical advantages and force the world champion to dig deep inside the ring. Logan recently said in a podcast, "People are asking me if I'm scared. No, I'm not scared. The feelings I'm getting right now are just excitement. I'm excited. I'm blessed to have this opportunity, and I think we're gonna wow a lot of people. I just don't believe I'm gonna get in there and people are gonna see what they expect to see." Meanwhile, Mayweather has claimed that he will make upwards of $100 million for the planned fight. He said, "I can fight a fighter right now and I can guarantee myself $35 million. I can eventually probably make $50 million for just a regular fight. Or me and Logan Paul can go out, entertain, have fun, and make 9 figures, $100 million or more." From these statements, you can clearly see who is here to fight and who is here to make money. Of course, we're not pointing fingers at anyone, but it's obvious. The two held a press conference at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens to promote their upcoming fight, and it didn't end pretty. Paul's brother, Jake Paul, who recently fought and beat former UFC star Ben Askren, posted on social media that he had planned to steal Mayweather's hat. When the two were face-to-face trading insults after the presser, chaos erupted when Jake snatched the hat and ran. This act of provocation kicked off a melee, which saw Jake Paul set upon by Mayweather and his entourage of security guards. The two men continued the brawl backstage, as Logan Paul was also seen getting into the mix with his brother. Security had to separate Jake Paul and Floyd Mayweather, but the problem child's actions created chaos in what initially seemed like a standard press conference between Mayweather and Logan Paul. McGregor, who previously fought Floyd in his own bizarre crossover bout back in 2017, reacted with a message for Mayweather Promotion CEO Leonard Ellerby on Instagram. The Irishman began, "Hey, Leonard Ellerby, what the F is Floyd at? The kid curled up, didn't fight back once, and Floyd is still running around acting the tough guy. The kid actually just pulled this shambles of a situation Floyd is in out of the drain for him. He should thank him. It's embarrassing. Pro to pro, it's embarrassing. He will not scratch 10 million for this fight, and he knows it. It was canceled once already. The world is watching this on Twitter. He'd fight a half-decent pro and command 20 million upwards. Yet, it's this bleep. Whatever way you spin this, it's sad. Fight someone for real on your record, or F off, mate. Slap head. He is not the only one who had something to say. Boxing champ and new MMA star for the Professional Fighters League, Clarissa Shields, expressed her displeasure about the situation. After fellow pro boxer Hasim Rahman Jr. put a positive spin on Jake Paul's antics, Shields said she felt very differently. She said, "Man, he done pissed me off, got Floyd mad like that." In the past, Jake Paul and Floyd Mayweather have gone back and forth with each other, taking multiple shots over social media. A few months ago, Floyd posted on Instagram that he is willing to have multiple exhibition bouts this year. Mayweather also expressed his desire to box Jake Paul if he defeated Ben Askren, which the YouTuber successfully accomplished. Guess we'll have to wait and see what will happen. Let's get back to the press conference before we digress. There was a lot of really good trash talking. Other than boxing, they discussed several matters that seemingly humiliated the 5-division world champion. While Mayweather labeled him as a fake boxer, the Maverick said, "The only thing that's fake on this stage is Floyd's effing hairline." He even took note of Mayweather's age and called him old for the sport. To be precise, Logan Paul said, "You are the king of cats. You are not the boxer anymore. You are retired. You are old. You are a grandpa. Your kids have kids." That's not all. Paul also mocked Mayweather's reading abilities. He falsely accused him of reading a teleprompter before hinting the undefeated boxer can't read. Adding to that, Mayweather said, "Japan, I knew what he did to the country of Japan. I knew what he did to Japan, so guess what? You have to pay for what you did to Japan." Paul wasted no time in firing back at Mayweather by digging up the boxing legend's controversial history with domestic violence. Responding to Mayweather's comments about Japan, Paul said, "I know what you did to your wife. Floyd is 50-0? No, he's 51-1. He beat his wife too." Oh boy, those were some hard words coming from both fighters. I just can't wait to see the fight. Then, there was some hype that Mayweather could fight them both. Ellerby has insisted that Mayweather could realistically fight both Logan and Jake at the same time, but he dismissed the idea that it would happen. Speaking to TMZ, Mayweather's promoter said, realistically, he could fight both brothers, but not from a business standpoint, no. Ellerby added, "Mayweather and Logan are gonna have a great exhibition on the 6th of June, and the whole world will be entertained." Mayweather admitted in a recent interview with Barstool Sports, "I have no strategy. I've just got to show up. If I want to go one round, it'll go one round. If I want it to go two, it'll go two. It's all up to me." Speaking on his YouTube channel, Logan explained, "I'm about to send Floyd back to retirement and then retire myself and not give him the rematch. This is a effing fight. They're saying it's an exhibition, but it's not. What exhibition is 8 by 3-minute rounds? Bleep, I'm in training camp. So is he, Mayweather. He kicked his stripper fiance out of his mansion so he could focus on this fight. I've seen the headlines. He kicked her out so he could focus." It's possible that this may actually be one of the strangest boxing matchups in recent history. Boxing fans are definitely split on the fight, with some hating the impact Logan Paul and Jake Paul are having on their sport. However, there are a few who are loving the extra publicity. Floyd Mayweather vs. Logan Paul could become one of the biggest betting events of the year. Love it or hate it. This could be an intriguing contest that will almost certainly end with a heavily battered ego. This will be Mayweather's first fight in 28 months and Logan Paul's first in a year and a half. So, on Sunday, June 6th, will you be watching the fight? And if so, who do you place your bet on? Make some noise in the comment section below. We'd love to hear what you have to say. And you know the drill. Hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Till next time.